Greetings. I hear what, yeah? Obviously, the government is hell-bent on killing the vibes. But hear what? I'm a man of vibes. So hear what? I'm going to introduce something. Everyone's got a wooden table in front of them, yay, yeah? When I raise my hand, I want you to tap the table. All right. So you all know how to do that, yeah? Lovely jubbly. When I raise my hand again, you're going to tap the table with some Ross Clark passion. You see me? All right. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Bring it down. Lovely jubbly. Great. I feel better now. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a duffel bag with me. It's full of books. Make sure you buy one. That's all. If my set's whack, yeah, don't bother. If my set is whack, let me go home with a duffel bag. If the set is hard, I want it empty. Let's go. He's a cool brother in real life. Don't worry about that. This is the manifesto of artist integrity. First, we reject all schisms and isms. We exist beyond temporary definition. The academies and institutions that have for so long held art their captives shall be permitted to keep their rank insofar it is overstood that any metrics provided by academies and institutions of all ilk shall be their concern. Today and for all days, historic and established traditional rank of art is rendered opinion. The artist's integrity will be absolute and the final measure of a body of work. Change is essential to the growth of life. As such, we embrace tides of change. The time is always now. Art is a way of life. The cost of life is the release of inhibitions and the normal. The artist is an embodiment of life. He, she is expected to reflect that existence, meanwhile constantly challenging that existence by the exploration of the other side. Be not afraid of the other side. The artist should embrace critique like the thorny friend that sticks by your side. The artist has no enemies. Critique is opinion. How heavy is a glass of water? Exactly. The artist must be the first critic. The artist must be the worst critic. Your art is your unwavering word. You will live by it as normal. You will die by it if the call is so. Defend art venomously. Defend integrity aggressively. The artist is the center of their universe. The artist wears responsibility like suits of valor. The poet is the primary defender of the people. The painter is the primary historian. Responsibility of art preservation belongs to all. Art and culture are inseparable. Culture is the primary carrier of art. Defend culture venomously. There is no better representation than the real thing. If it is not the real thing, then it is not art. Representations of art are fine insofar they are acknowledged as so. There is a thin line between art and representations of art. The line exists. Acknowledge it. The artist must be a victim of his or her own greatness or laziness. Either way, the artist must know they exist. Doubt does not exist on the plane we exist on. You are great. This does not mean you are there. Keep working until the world's problems are solved. The artist's duty remains intact and whole. The recognition of one's internal power to create is in fact marginal compared to the full extent of your ability. Excellence is not a bar but a line. Draw this line. Embrace critique. Critique is opinion. How heavy is a glass of water? Exactly. Rules are for those who accept them. Rules are at best creative tools. Reject mediocrity. Question power. Artists walk amongst men. Politics and art are inseparable. We accept this to be a self-evident truth. The use of art solely as a means of entertainment is rejected. Art for art's sake is shit. The color of the sky need not be the topic of any poem from here on in. Qualifications are the bane of the creative. Art is best cured in travel and dispensed with passion. The earth is important to life on earth, thus art is important to earth. Life without art is unimaginable. We run dangerously fast in the direction of life, carried on the wings of art, spreading its news as we go. Art is catharsis. Expression allows the artist to remain functionally insane. The artist must express. The artist will indefinitely pursue balance. Balance is best achieved in motion. Forward, artists of the universe. Forward. Boom. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you. Lovely jubbly. I'm going to go in the order that they're in the book. I haven't actually decided. I just got my little post-it notes and that. Got to be organized and professional. All right, then. One can be quiet now. Thinks that me can't hear you. Your blood clot rude and blood clot disrespectful. Now make me come look for you. All right, this one. Make no contribution to the fuckery. Let it be your solemn duty to uphold and preserve the real. Make no contribution to the fuckery. Let it be your solemn duty to uphold and preserve the real. Be at the jugular of any who mislead, misrepresent, mistake the real for anything other than what it motherfucking is. Free the real, free the motherfucking real. Any attempts to dislodge representatives of the real will be met with force. Fuck your discourse. This be a new narrative containing no carrot stick for the ignorant or consciously poor. Lay waste to how it was and embrace how it will be from henceforth. No tweet or meme shall be exalted as gospel without due critique. Give a fuck about your rep in the streets if what leaves your mouth is not categorically concrete. And the same applies for the suits and the ties. Your title cannot be vital if there's no sense in the words you provide. And I'm not even Aggie. I just want to highlight that you, the lover of words and music, have allowed the standard in your diet to slide. Fast food was not designed to satisfy your appetite. I represent a plate of your grandma's food. Manish water or ital stew. From when you love your body, this McDonald's and chicken and chips just will not do. See, it will not do. Free the real. Free the motherfucking real. We all have a palate and your preference is your preference. But for the sake of good music and good writing, please don't ever stop asking questions. Free the real. Free the motherfucking real. Let's go. Boop, 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 boop. All right, I'm here to do one of two things. Lock it off, shut it down, and let you know that this poetry thing, and you know what, I hate the word spoken word, or I'm going to highlight it out. Please don't call me a spoken word artist, because if my name was Timothy the third, and I lived in Winchester, and I said I did poetry, I'd just be a poet. And the next question would be, oh, were you published? But because of the physical characteristics of my skin and my ability to read, I'm a spoken word artist. Oh, that's cool and new. No, man, I'm a poet. I'd compare me with everyone else. It's just that I body them, that's all. Like, no games. So let's do what we're doing. No, let's be serious. Let's be serious, okay? So spoken word is cool, but we are poets. We use our words and we tell stories. We tell history. Without us, there is no culture. All right, then. This next piece is called 17 Slaves. Talking about culture, I had a friend of mine, I had a couple of friends of mine that were actually in slavery in 2017, like real deal bondage, shackles, slavery, not no long time slavery, do you get me? I was in the Gambia, I left the Gambia, they went the back way, got to Libya. One of them, the day that he got to Libya, he got nabbed. He was like dashed in some jail thing for like 2 years. The other brother, we didn't even know what happened to him, but he managed to cross the Med, made it into Italy, got into Italy. We finally made contact after about 6 to 8 months. But what happened with him is that as soon as he got to Italy, don't think you can have people trafficking in Africa, Africans trying to get to Europe, without the assistance of Europeans. Don't think that's possible. So when he got to Italy, there was a group of people already waiting for him, like, yeah, come, jump in the van. Jumped in the van, boom, 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 blacked out van, driving for all 6 hours. Man don't know where he is. Man's just come from West Africa. Do you get me? So boom, he's there now. But you can't go. And where is he gonna go anyway? He's in the hills, in the mountains in Italy. He doesn't know where the fuck he is. He's there. He has to pay for himself to leave. Do you feel me? And this was 3 years ago. The poem I'm doing now is called 17 Slaves. I wrote it, I called it 17 Slaves, because this poem happened, or this incident happened in 2017. And for as long as I have to read this poem, it means it's still relevant. And I hate that shit. So that's why the number 17 in the year is in the title. So it's 2020, we still got a long way to go. African men are being sold as slaves. I repeat, African men are being sold as slaves today. You are not alone in your temporary mutism. Grey smog will not bellow from the rolls of green. Tony Gallagher will not stop the press. Neither May nor Merkel will take platform like Macron. Neither one has or will make national address. The current US administration will not consider invading in the name of democracy, much less an official letter of solidarity bearing hallmark and crest. You are definitely not alone in your temporary mutism. The US has a vested interest in keeping its mouth shut. We can't forget that Libya was stable and able prior to Muammar's death, but look here now. Military intervention from the West nurtured a country flawed but doing its best to be an incubator of slavery and death. How things change, but some things remain the same. £400 for a fully grown slave, and not 10 pence worth of ink is used to highlight it on a front page. Black Lives Matter to the value of £400. It seems they matter most to those willing to pay. Bear a thought to the notion that if a 50-strong volunteer group from the UK was abducted and sold within a matter of days, the British government would be all the rage. Condolences from state leaders would reign, and I haven't even mentioned the word slave. Now follow me to Twitter if you may. Hashtag pray for Libya. Why? That denotes to the unbeknownst that it is the Libyans for whom we should pray. Raising awareness is great, but the root of that phrase comes from terrorist attacks, whereby all is said and done after the fact. When prayers and hindsight dominate the chat, please pray for the situation in Libya, but this is not yet after the fact. So prayer without action is a whole lot of meaningless chat. Get the fuck up and act. Do what you can. Tell whom you know. Evil must succumb when the balance of positivity begins to grow. So pray, yes. Act also. Tweet, pray for Libya, but say it in the real world more so. There are men for sale in Africa. It is uncomfortable to know once that sits in your dome. There are black men for sale in Africa. And it's miraculous how a color can soften the blow. Tell somebody to tell somebody, keep raising awareness as you go. This is not a battle for the men and women of good. This is a battle for the men and women of good. We do not need the UN going full gung-ho. So men and women of good, raise your voice for freedom as you go. Relay that there are men for sale in Africa. It should not sit well with the audience of the globe, but there aren't any white men for sale in Africa. Now ask yourself if that softened the blow. Boom. Yes. Yeah, man. For some of us, we black all year round, and we love to show it all year round and all that good stuff. I don't like talking about it because it's just who I am. I got 2 more for you and I'm out. Thank you to everyone that got that. Let's have some fun, shall we? Those on a spiritual path know this year's been a mad one. A lot of people have been talking about this kind of stuff and these kind of activities for a long time, and it seems as though things have just accelerated. So hear what, you see all the young bucks out there, I have a message for you. I see my demons creeping, stalking me in the shadows of smiles and success. I can see they're waiting for the Rasta man to slip up, but I'm too high for that. Connected to a deeper situation, depredation, pick a new nigger from the nation to exalt and watch default. It won't be me. They still call it dip do, my nigga. I wish that shit not for you. For all that money might buy you a seat at the table, but the moment you stop acting normal around the Caucasian, it's over. Wesley sniped on the first given occasion. See, niggas don't make it out the ghetto. We just make a little money and try to let go. Unu can't escape what you know. From my born and grow, my grandma taught me take time. Especially as a young black man, you can't afford to step out of line. Because while you standing up front, they set that trap door right behind. Don't slip, young jigger. You don't have to be in the limelight to be inside of the scope. Take time, young jigger. Those bumper and breast might satisfy your smutty mind, but take time, young jigger. It's not everybody you're to bring back to your watering hole. These bitches are not your friend. They just might tell what they know. And worse still, a whole bunch of shit they don't. Protect your sovereignty whilst you bake your bread. Don't slip for some cheap thrills and quick head. That poontang could have been made from gold. Do not let that be the reason that you get caught out. Stay sharp, young jigger. I, like so many, want to see you rise. But there are those who will only value you as far as your tabloid entertainment will provide. So rise up, me doggy. But take time, young jigger. Remain unscathed and in the hearts of white folks across the landscape. Take time, young jigger. Teach me to read your history. And again, teach me to read your history at the expense of my own. Teach me to read your history. I will pay the fee. You may keep the cost unknown. If you teach me to read your history, I should elevate to the ranks of intellectual and able to contribute to the global society. Teach me to read your history so I may explore great stories of valor to humanity, to democracy, to saving savages from their insanity. Grant me the ability to retrace the steps of the victor so I too may share in the spoils. Give me a seat at the table. In fact, my audacity has grown so that I now demand a seat at the table. Serve me from no wooden spoon. I will be served from silver like you. For I am a student of your history, a disciple of your house, so you will feed me and treat me as such. And of course, this was never to be. Those that have studied the course of their history can tell you it is theirs. They will rightfully forever and always be the centerpiece. Study the history of the white man, but at no point beg from it a piece. The ink has long since dried on the deal to teach us your history. We are neither grateful nor pleased, but we are here, raising fists and taking knees, writing our history in the language of the one-time, long-time enemy. Yeah, man, and still I rise, man. Let's go. Both sides.